All right, ladies and gentlemen, the last time I recorded a video, we were researching your bill. Today, we are starting to write your bill. So, on this document that you're looking at, okay, are titles of sections that you are to include. And this document looks so big and intimidating, but I promise you, it is just full of examples. That is all that's here, and it's to get you a feeling for it. I've included some examples of past bills that have been written in my class, but I want to go over this specifically so you get a feel for it. So, because you're high school students, I have changed up this process where writing your bill includes an introduction or an overview of your problem. Okay? And if you notice it says overview, you must create an overview of the problem and make sure you share real examples why you need to solve the problem. And it says, what are policy briefs handout? I can't find that document. So I'm going to tell you what it is, and I'm going to show you using other student examples. It really is, here's our problem, and here's how we're going to solve it. So it's like about a paragraph long, and it explains where you are. It can be bullet points, etc. But it is a brief overview or an introduction to writing your bill. Most people's bills are only going to be about a page long, and the biggest parts are going to be in the overview. A title, that's going to be top on your page. Who wrote it, right underneath it, and you're going to remember to use the word representative, like if I was talking about me, Representative Espinoza, Representative Mr. Moreno, Representative Palomera, okay? You can use your first and last name, but, just to give you an idea. So your title would go on top, your who wrote it, and then your overview, okay? Your title, ladies and gentlemen, if you look here at these examples, off the streets and into homes. This is a bill about training and affordable housing. The New Kids on the Block. National Curriculum for Public Schools. Notice that the titles are catchy and exciting. That's what you want to do. We had the No Child Left Behind Act, the Affordable Care Act. They sound like you want to vote for them. I promise you, most Americans aren't paying attention to what bills people pass, but if they hear that you did not vote for No Child Left Behind, they're worrying about your political ideology and who you are. Just take a look at these examples. Don't suspect, inspect nursing homes. Minimum wage for maximum opportunity. So get the feel. Titles should be catchy. Titles should be an advertisement that you want to pass this bill. I advise not to say no more or negative, starting with something negative. No more police brutality bill might not go over so well. What you want to say is Safe Americas, the Safe America bill. So you get the idea? It's very much like advertising. You're advertising and making it sound like it is imperative that you pass this bill. All right, notice I include a little sponsor's name. Identify the authors of the legislation. Okay, purpose. This is brief, sentences. So let's go down immediately to the examples. No Child Left Behind Act of 2002. The purpose and intent of this bill is to ensure that all children have a fair and equal opportunity to obtain a high-quality education. That is succinct, it's one sentence, it's quick. So you wrote the overview, which is an introduction, and a little bit of support and most of your argument. The purpose is going to be a quick statement. Can you say it in one sentence what you want to do in this bill? And then people will be looking for the evidence that that's what you're going to do in the bill. All right, we're going to scroll down a little bit further. Notice people have used numbers and quick, like bullet point type fashion, but really it's succinct, it's small. Okay, eligibility is a very important thing. Who is going to be benefiting from this bill? and who has access to what this legislation is going to do. That is eligibility. Okay? It identifies which groups and people will be affected by the bill and will be affected by the purpose. But in the United States, you can't make it exclusionary. You can't make it, you can't discriminate. Now, Social Security, no one's eligible till they're a certain age, correct? You can have early retirement at 55. You can have this retirement at 62. You can have this retirement at 67. And you can even go further, I think, to 71 and increase how much money you're getting for Social Security by postponing when you get it. Okay? But those are age requirements because that's who gets Social Security. All right? But you can't say this does not affect if you're doing police brutality or something. You can't get this if you're got purple hair, or if you're Jewish, or if you're, I don't know, Rastafarian. So the point is you want to be non-discriminatory when you're saying eligibility, but if it is a limited group of people, you're saying why. So like lots of kids write things about DACA. You want to apply it to kids arriving at age 18 and under. So you don't want people, because it's childhood arrivals, right? Deferred action for childhood arrivals. So if you got here before you were adult, then it counts. That makes sense why there's a limitation, but it just can't be exclusionary. All right, let's move on down. There are some examples of eligibility. Is legally employed at an American business. There you go. That is not exclusionary. All right. Has a bachelor's degree in an academic field. Again, it's not exclusionary. There is an above the age of 22 listed on this one, but that might be because eligibility was related to if you still lived in your parents' home, or if you're still considered a child and could be claimed on your taxes. Oh my gosh, I'm so tripping over my own words. I swear I need people to talk to, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're down to number 4, terms and benefits. Okay, how long is this gonna last for? Who is gonna get it? How is it going to be distributed? This section of your bill adds detail to the general information and the purpose and eligibility. This is going to be the bigger section. You're going to say how it's implemented. You're going to have more details here. Now, I don't want you to get stuck in the weeds and overwhelmed with, oh my gosh, how is this going to be created? For example, so many people want to recreate the will for how education funds are distributed. So like if we're making sure college for all, why aren't we still having kids go through the FAFSA process? Then you just, that process has already been created. You, writing a bill, are just going to say the terms for this is a person must fill out a FAFSA. Even if you're going to educate everybody and everybody's eligible for the funding, use the FAFSA program that already exists. Don't reinvent the wheel. Use the systems that have already existed in our federal government. And if you need help with that, ask your teacher, ask me, ask Mr. Renum, ask Mr. Palomero. Okay? So you don't have to create a giant system. Okay? There's lots of examples for terms and benefits here. Now, the last one is fiscal impact. When I first started this project, ladies and gentlemen, I used to do something called Youth Leadership Institute or something, and it was an online program, and they would literally walk you through how the funding process goes and the budgeting goes, and as it is very interesting how money gets allocated for things. I didn't think that you needed to go that deep for this because we're not going to it used to be a nationwide. I had lots of kids pass bills nationwide. We would send the bill to another school and we would receive their bills and we would vote on them and say they passed or didn't pass. And I've had lots of kids pass bills in that group. But the online program was great to help you do that. We don't get that deep in the weeds. So if you say that this is going to save money, like in your research you find that it's going to save money, If you have health care for all, you'll find that a single payer program gets the benefit of being able to buy in bulk. And so things go cheaper in that system. So you can tell me what the cost savings are going to be, and that's what I want here. What is the cost savings? How might it impact? But I do not want you to get that deep into what it's going to cost. I don't want you to figure out how much an office is going to cost and how much employees are going to cost and what that kind of stuff and what their pension's going to be like, and I don't want any of that. I really want you just to notice if the research shows a positive impact to the budget or a negative impact to the budget, but a positive social impact, that kind of thing. So I would say that fiscal impact. For example, when you decriminalize drugs or you stop having a drug war, our prison costs go extremely lower. Our housing and jailing costs of inmates goes significantly lower, because what we have in jail is 75% of people in prison are nonviolent drug offenses. So as soon as you decriminalize and consider it a mental health problem or a like a disease, like alcoholism is a disease, then we're impacting a different system, but it's saving money in this system. All right. If you have any questions, please let me know. I think I'm too long, but hey, I hope you enjoy it.